This story happened a very long time ago, in the period before the country was liberated. At the slope of the Bridge in LA, there was a woman whom everyone commonly called Aunt Bar. One day, she was sitting by the riverside washing dishes. Somehow, through a moment of carelessness, she dropped her ring into the river. The water there was relatively shallow, so Aunt Bar tried diving down and searching for it. But no matter how hard she searched, she could not find the ring. Just when she had lost all hope, a very large freshwater prawn suddenly emerged from the surface of the water. Its claw was holding the ring, and it extended the ring toward her as if it wanted to give it back to her. She stared at the strange sight with her mouth open. For a long time, she simply could not believe her eyes. How could such a miraculous thing happen? But she decided to leave the explanation to scientists. All that mattered to Aunt Bar was that she had found her ring. She was overjoyed. After calming herself down, she reached out, scooped up the prawn, took the ring, and was about to release the prawn back into the river. But then she looked at it again. The prawn was enormous. She had never seen one so large in her life. Looking at it, her mind immediately began imagining all kinds of delicious shrimp dishes. Suddenly, she could not resist the temptation. She carried the prawn into her house. While rummaging around for utensils to prepare the shrimp, she told her husband how the prawn had helped her retrieve her lost ring. After hearing the story, her husband said,
"Just go release the prawn. It helped you recover your ring. You can never thank it enough. Why would you catch it?"
She replied, "I've never seen a prawn this big in my entire life. I bet it would taste delicious grilled. If you don't want to eat it, then I'll eat it myself." Although her husband strongly objected and repeatedly tried to persuade her not to eat it, she remained determined to have the grilled prawn. Before long, that poor prawn had found a permanent resting place in Aunt Bar's stomach. What a tragedy for the creature. It only wanted to do one good deed, yet it never imagined that this would be its fate. Animals that are unusually large or extraordinarily beautiful are often believed to possess strong spiritual energy. Saving such creatures is said to bring blessings very quickly. Conversely, killing them is believed to bring karmic retribution just as quickly. Sure enough, within only 1 month, Aunt Bar developed a strange illness. Her entire body became intensely itchy and covered in sores, which gradually became open, ulcerated wounds. Pus began oozing from the sores, producing a terrible smell. Maggots even appeared inside the wounds, causing unbearable pain. In those days, people living in rural areas did not have access to modern medicine like they do today. And even with modern Western medicine, such a condition might not necessarily have been easy to treat. No one knew how to cure her. Aunt Bar continued suffering in agony for quite some time, screaming, crying out, and moaning in pain. Eventually, she died. Her husband later sold the house and left with their children. No one knew where they went. Everyone in the village remembered Aunt Bar's story and used it as a warning to teach their children and grandchildren. I, PD, would also like to share my own experience with the consequences of killing animals. When I was young and living in the countryside, whenever it rained, I would take a bucket out into the fields to catch crabs, fish, and snails. I would bring them home and prepare all kinds of dishes. I also killed countless chickens and ducks. Later, after I grew up, started a family, and had children, whenever I went to the market, I would choose live shrimp, fish, and crabs to buy and bring home for cooking. After some time, even though I was still young, my arms and legs began to ache terribly. I went to the hospital, and the doctor gave me medicine. But once I finished the medication, the pain would return. Later, through the Buddha's blessings, I happened to meet a Buddhist practitioner. When she learned about my condition, she advised me to practice releasing animals. She also told me that when shopping at the market, I should choose shrimp and fish that were already dead rather than buying live ones. I immediately followed her advice. After doing this for some time, the pain in my arms and legs noticeably decreased. Later, whenever I felt even a little pain, I would go to the market, buy fish, crabs, or snails, and release them. The very next day, my pain would disappear, and I would not need to take any medicine. Now that I have read many stories about the terrible consequences said to result from killing animals, I look back and realize that merely satisfying one's appetite for a single meal can lead to frightening consequences later. Because of this, I have greatly reduced my involvement in killing animals. I sincerely hope that all the animals I once killed for food will forgive me. Now, I do not even dare to kill an ant. I hope that everyone who reads my story will be inspired to give up all forms of killing animals as soon as possible.